Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Sandy Potter with Masonicare President and CEO, JP Venoit. Dr. Schwartz is enjoying some time off, but we're happy to have a special guest with us this week, Karen Garlie. She is the Director of Hospice Clinical Services for Masonicare Hospice and Palliative Care. Welcome, Karen. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're very happy to have you here today to tell us all about the latest happenings in hospice.
Well, hospice is definitely growing. We serve patients throughout Connecticut, and in addition, we're actually going to be expanding into Rhode Island in the near future. We're hiring staff as we expand, so anybody who wants to join our team, please come and talk to us. We have a wonderful team of skilled professionals that are experts in end-of-life care. And they go all over the state. Wherever the patient calls home, they go. So they go into skilled nursing facilities, they go into assisted livings, they go into private homes, apartments, group homes, wherever that patient lives is where they go. We serve different facilities in addition to our own continuum, which is wonderful. We serve different facilities throughout the state as well. A hospice is oftentimes looked down on as giving up and not wanting anything else done. And in fact, it's the opposite. It really is talking to patients and families about their goals of care. What do they want? It's such a very special time in the patient and family's life. And we go in and we really help, get our arms around them and support them through making these decisions that are right for them, having them be where they want to be, and the care choices that are right for them. And our team is just so skilled in doing that. I actually had the pleasure yesterday of speaking to a daughter of patients that we cared for. They were, it was a husband and wife, and we looked after both of them. He was actually a Mason, and he knew that he wanted Masonicare to take care of he and his wife when the time was right. They had actually multi-generations that had been cared for by Masonicare in some way or another. And it was just a really nice thing that they entrusted us throughout these years to be their caregivers of choice. The letter was just beautiful. It spoke to the care of our whole team. I wanted to quote from her letter. It says, "The service each one provided was personal care, a blanket of comfort that touched the hearts of those whom they came into contact with. Each department and service took a personal interest and made us believe we were a part of your family as much as you became a part of ours." So, it really is that care that it touches them, it continues on. We provide bereavement services for 13 months afterwards. So it's not just at the time, it goes beyond that. And it takes a special team to do that. And we definitely have that special team at Masonicare.
You absolutely have a very special team. And thank you for sharing that wonderful story with us. JP, the hospice and palliative care service line is a very critical part of our entire continuum of senior care.
Absolutely. First, I want to thank Karen for her leadership on our hospice program, and thank all of the staff for everything that they are doing and have done. More specifically during COVID, when it's been an extremely challenging time, the staff have just been truly amazing. And in that letter that you talked about, Karen, it really embodies our values, how we've been innovative in our approach, how compassionate our staff have been and continue to be, how we hold each other accountable during really one of the most difficult times of a family's life during hospice, showing the respect that all of our staff and our family members really kind of meld together, and then providing that excellence in care that we do each and every day has been truly amazing. And when I think about the letters that we get on a pretty regular basis of how our staff are providing the service, it warms my heart knowing that they're there during the most difficult time, and your leadership and your staff really have been able to deliver on our promise. And I'm very happy to be part of the hospice program here at Masonicare, and also to really thank the staff. This is a very challenging time that we're in now, that they're able to be in there and do what they're able to do. So Karen, thank you to the staff, and thank you to all the family members that have entrusted us to provide that service. It's truly an amazing time and an amazing service that we provide that allows us to do it. So thank you everyone.
Thank you, JP, for your leadership as well. I tell the story that this is such a special time, and there's limited time on my desk, and I've carried this for a while in my career. I have an hourglass that has just a little bit of sand in it, and that is symbolic of the patients that we care for. They don't have a lot of time left, so each little grain of sand is a special moment in their life, and we need to be respectful and really provide the most excellent care that we can for each little grain of sand that goes down.
I sound like a broken record, but all new hires, I always ask them to make a promise, never be too busy for the little things, because those little things make such a difference to those that we serve. And in hospice, that is probably one of the most prominent things that I see in the letters. All those little things have made such a difference to those during, really, again, the most difficult time that they're going through. So thank you to staff, and thank you for really bringing the heart to the delivery of care that we do each and every day.
It's just beautiful. Thank you both so much for sharing that. We also today wanted to turn to some latest news on the coronavirus, and we have experienced some positive cases recently at Masonicare Health Center. JP, I know you're very anxious to fill everyone in on the latest about that.
Sandy, thank you. When we think about COVID, I know there's the ebbs and flows, and we've been talking about COVID for a very long time, well over a year. Our task force continues to meet each and every day. And I'm sad to say that, unfortunately, because of those ebbs and flows, our nursing home has had a few cases. I think we have 14 right now, all on one unit. So the good news is it's all been contained, knock on wood, to that area. And I am happy to also say that the cases that we have all were vaccinated. So we are seeing milder symptoms or no symptoms at all. So that's very good news for us. And the staff, we do have a few staff that also have come down with COVID that also, again, no symptoms or very mild symptoms. So that's the good news. With that being said, we are being very diligent in fighting the COVID virus in our nursing home. And I want to give a shout out to the staff. This has been an absolutely challenging time through COVID, and for it to come and go is also very stressful. But our staff have done an amazing job, and I want to shout out to all of our staff members for everything that they've done. They've been able to really fight this very well. This is a little bump in the road for us. However, they've been really trudging through this. This also reminds us that COVID's not gone. It is something that we'll continue to battle. CDC just came out with some new recommendations on hotspots wearing masks inside of buildings. So everybody knows, in our nursing home and in our assisted livings, we actually have not stopped wearing masks. We have continued to wear masks from the beginning, and I don't see us stopping that anytime. But it's a very fluid situation, not only within our organization, but in our country right now when it comes to COVID. But we are on that floor. It is quarantined, so we are keeping it very isolated to that area, and we will continue to combat it as we see fit. Just as a reminder, the majority, I believe 96% of all of our residents have been vaccinated, but more specifically, we have required all of our staff to be vaccinated. It was mandatory by June 30th. And I'm happy to say that the majority of all of our staff have been vaccinated, with the exception of anybody that had an exemption, which was very small in nature through our entire system. So vaccinations are making a difference. They are helping, whether it is combating somebody getting it, or if somebody does getting it, it minimizes the symptoms, and that is extremely important. So if anybody gets anything out of this today, it is that we are continuing to fight and continue to be vaccinated. It is extremely important to us as an organization to fight this battle. It's another tool in our toolbox to combat it. Now, with all that being said, again, I want to thank everyone for their support, those that are watching this video, but even our staff. I know I said it earlier, but whether it's in our hospice, Karen's group, whether it's the news of COVID hitting our nursing home, I can't tell you how proud I am of all of our staff. They have done a truly amazing job, and they continue to do an amazing job. And I want everybody to know how much we appreciate everything that they're doing for us. So, Sandy, thank you for allowing me the time to talk a little bit about what's happening at the healthcare center on COVID. But more specifically, thank you everyone for everything, whether it be supporters of Masonicare, family members of Masonicare, residents of Masonicare, staff of Masonicare. We are Masonicare strong because of everybody coming together.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, JP. And I want to thank both of you for sharing your time and your insights with us today. And of course, we thank you for joining us at home once again. Until we see you next time, we hope you'll stay safe and stay well.